My daughter didn't hang up. I overheard he's being sent to a nursing home. I stayed quiet. Can you imagine picking up the phone, thinking your own daughter had hung up, and then hearing her calmly plan your entire ruin? Because I did. She wanted to sell my home, the home my late wife and I built together, for $5 million and dump me into a nursing facility. It was a cold, calculated blueprint for my destruction. But what she didn't know is that while she was plotting my future, my late wife Clara had left a blueprint of her own, a plan so ingenious, it would change absolutely everything. For months, it had been the same old song and dance. Jessica, my daughter, would call, her voice laced with what she presented as loving concern. Dad, are you really managing okay? This house is so big. The maintenance must be too much for you. Always for my own good, of course. I'd give my usual gentle reply, don't worry, dear, I've got everything under control. It was a delicate choreography of manufactured concern and calm deflection. I knew what she wanted, I just didn't know how far she was willing to go to get it. One afternoon, during one of these calls, she sighed, a sound of practiced frustration. Okay, Dad, well, listen, I've got to run. Tom's calling me on the other line. I'll call you back later, okay? I said my goodbye, expecting the familiar click that would end the conversation. But it never came. Instead, the line went quiet for a fraction of a second, then a muffled rustle. I pictured her shifting the phone from one ear to the other, probably thinking I'd hung up. Then, my son-in-law Tom's voice cut through the silence, clear as a bell. Did you talk to the realtor yet? My blood went cold. I froze there in the garden, pruning shears still in my hand, a single rose petal stuck to the blade. Jessica's voice returned, but it was utterly transformed. The warmth was gone, replaced by a chilling, sharp efficiency. It was the voice of a businesswoman closing a deal. Yes, she said. He thinks we can get $5 million, maybe more. If we move fast, we'll have enough for the condo downtown and that long trip to Japan. But first, he has to go to a nursing home. I'll handle the paperwork this week. He won't even know what's happening until it's done. $5 million. A nursing home. The words hung in the quiet garden air, ugly and venomous. It wasn't just the plan that shocked me, it was the casual, clinical cruelty of it all. The complete absence of love. It was as if she were discussing liquidating an asset, not disposing of her own father. I couldn't breathe. The buzzing of a bee near a vibrant red rose seemed deafening. The scent of the flowers turned bitter in my nostrils. My entire peaceful world had narrowed to the poison coming through that tiny speaker. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, listening to the silence on the other end, waiting until she finally disconnected properly. Then, I slowly lowered the phone. My hand was steady. There was no rage, no crushing wave of grief. There was only a profound, chilling clarity. I walked back into the house Clara and I had built, the house where we'd raised the daughter who was now planning to evict me. I went straight to my study, and then watched the full story link is attached below.